I can't tell if it's just because I have like makeup in my eye or if my ring light is running out of battery, basically, but like the camera feels fuzzy. You're gonna have to let me know in the comments. I feel like it's not as sharp as usual. Hello Frenzies, welcome back to my channel. Before this video starts, yes, I understand the timeline of when Pokemon ZA came out to me saying that I finished it. I couldn't afford it when it first came out, and I was scarred by Scarlet and Violet. So I waited. I didn't buy Pokemon ZA until I saw one of my favorite streamers playing it, okay? Not Jahar Jade, Luxie, specifically, Luxie Games. And also, don't spoil shit for me. You can tell me, like, oh, you're gonna love XYZ when you get to it. Don't spoil shit for me. But I did finish Pokemon ZA the other day. The day this video comes out, I think it was like exactly a week ago that I finished it. I finished Pokemon ZA and I fucking loved it. The ending of Pokemon ZA, spoilers if you also have not finished it, if you're also late to the Pokemon game, I'm gonna be talking about spoilers. So you might want to click away. Right? Pokemon ZA, I really, really love because I am somebody who has played Pokemon from the time it came out, basically. I was a little late to the game because I was born in 1996, but I have two older brothers that were into Pokemon collecting and playing, and we always had red and blue. We always had like silver and gold. We also had crystal, which I think I've talked about this. I definitely have. I've talked about this in a couple other videos. Pokemon Crystal is like my game. Silver was the first Pokemon game I played. I think. Maybe it was Blue, and then I know I stole a lady that babysit me, her youngest son. They had like a bunch of kids, and their ages kind of lined up with like me and my siblings. The lady that babysit me, her youngest, stole Pokemon Yellow from his older brother, and then I stole it from him, and then my mom found out and made me give it back. So I think red and blue were my first. Right? Red, blue, yellow? Yeah, those were the first Pokemon games. Pokemon Crystal is my game. And I, obviously, as somebody like who's played Pokemon and The Sims from the very beginning, I have a lot of wonderful, fond memories of Pokemon games. Like me not knowing what shinies were when I was little and just desperately wanting the red Gyarados because I thought it was very cool. And red Gyarados is like one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. I love that bitch. But I like for a long time, I think what was the last game I played? I know I've talked about this in other videos. Like I definitely have mentioned it when I did like Precious Pokemon Memories, and there was something about like what my gym would be or like what my trial would be when it was like, I was like 2 years late to that trend with like Pokemon content creators. Regardless, I'd played a bunch of Pokemon games. I know I didn't play X and Y, and I think I played Black and White, but not Black 2 and White 2. And then there had been like a gap, and I played Sun and Moon. Then there was another gap because I didn't play Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I still don't fully understand what those games like were or what they were about and why we paid money kind of so close to the same Pokemon games. A friend of mine bought us Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and I played a little bit of it, but I just like, I think at that point I was like burnt out and so disinterested in Pokemon at the time because it didn't feel like there was anything new and refreshing. Then Scarlet and Violet came out. I waited a while to play that. This is about Pokemon ZA. I'm 5 minutes into this fucking video and I haven't talked about Pokemon ZA yet. We're getting to it. You need 6 hours of context before you can get into my 5 minutes of commentary, right? So I'd seen people complaining about Scarlet and Violet. I waited a little while. I borrowed it from the library, played it a little bit on my Switch. I was like, oh, it's kind of fun. I'll play it. Bought it, started playing it for realsies, and fucking hated it. And I think the thing with Scarlet and Violet is especially somebody that like grew up playing Pokemon and like Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald were like peak. I think Sapphire, Ruby, and Emerald is like the closest to world peace in Pokemon other than Pokemon Go that we're ever going to get. My personal opinion. And that's coming from somebody who lives by Pokemon Crystal. But it just like, I don't know. I played Scarlet and Violet for a while and it was just ass and I hated it. And I was like, all of this sucks and I can't stand it. Like the bugs are bad. I think the gameplay is bad. I think just a lot of it is bad. Went away from Pokemon for a while, came back to Scarlet and Violet because I was like, fuck it, let's do it. I think Scarlet and Violet is a very good game if you don't take it seriously. If you are a Pokemon fan, if you are a Pokemon person that's like a millennial that grew up with Pokemon, you can't take Scarlet and Violet seriously like you did the other Pokemon games. You have to do it silly goofy. I'm catching Pokemon and naming them after idols based off of vibes. That's literally it. Who do I have? I have Stray Kids. I have most of the members of Twice, not all of them yet, because some people, like, I'm like, what Pokemon matches the vibe? I have Shiny. I have, is it Islet or Illet? I have LeSeraphim. I have members of Luna. I have members of Eyes1. I have a couple members from Girls' Generation. I'm literally just based off of vibes. That is the only way I'm having fun playing Scarlet and Violet. And I also haven't played Scarlet and Violet in a while because I finally got Pokemon ZA because I saw my favorite streamer playing it. And she, same thing, she does not take it seriously. And I think that is the same way you have to play Pokemon ZA as if you don't take it seriously. Although, playing through Pokemon ZA and getting to the parts that I've gotten to, because I'm in post-game right now. I'm doing the battle thing where you have to fight 15 trainers to get like the secret lore unlock. I'm getting that. The further you get into the game is great. That tutorial is a fucking nightmare. None of my commentary is original. None of my like critiques are original. I'm sure everybody's already said these things, but I finished it recently, so I'm saying them. The tutorial sucks. The tutorial is bad. I like the semi-open world. I'm into that. I'm into the Lumio City. It is boring and it does get repetitive, and especially in later game, the day-night cycle, it's like I'm just waiting around at this point. I was going on an Eevee hunt because I wanted a female Eevee so that I could have my girly pop Sylveon. So the day-night cycle of that was a pain in the ass. But then when I'm in the moments of like, I have like 3 teams basically that I'm like switching out. I have like my dream team of ghost babies. I have my great team of like babies that I absolutely love. So like my Gardevoir is on that, and my Chandelure, Chandelure? Is that its name? Chandelure is not on my ghost babies team. She's on my secondary team. And then I have my third team, which when I get the shiny charm is going to be like my Pinkie Pie girly pops, because Sharpedo is pink. That's her shiny. You've got to be fucking kidding me. I have Sylveon on that. I'm going to get myself a Dratini. Who else is on there? That Spritzy thing? And Slurpuff, and then I'm trying to catch Diancie right now. Is that fucking pink crystal Pokemon? But I had Audino. I don't know how to say these Pokemon names, but I have like my dream team Pinkie Pies, and then I have a couple Pokemon like off to the side. Like I've caught the 2 legendaries. I've done that side quest. The Xerneas and Yveltal, is that what they're called? I think I said those right. I have those 2, and then like I think we can catch Zygarde. Am I right? They're gonna be like all of my dream teams are in box 1, everybody else is in box 2. And then I have box 3 of Pokemon that I need to trade so that I can finish my Pokédex, but I don't have the membership right now, the Nintendo membership, and that like costs money. So I have to like wait until I can meet up with friends to trade in person, or just wait until I have money, or until I have money to buy the membership. Regardless, I'm having a great time. And I think the strongest point of Pokemon ZA is the characters, not the story. Not the story. I think the story has great moments. I think there are moments where the story like really, they do a good job with it, and then they immediately fumble it. Like the last battle, again, spoilers. If you haven't left yet, this is when we're really talking about spoilers. The last battle, why are we doing so many cutscenes with no audio, mind you, where we're just like, we can do it. Why are we doing that? I did think a lot of the final battle stuff was cool though. I did like the obstacle course a lot that Canary and what's his face put on Tarragon. I don't know. I liked that. The battle was whatever. I didn't have to redo it. But I'm not good at Pokemon games. There's plenty of stuff that I've had to redo. The fucking fight against the Alolan Raichu and the goddamn bitch-ass wannabe Ash Ketchum kid, I had to redo those fights like a million times. I'm not good at Pokemon battles, okay? I'm not good at them. I didn't have to redo the final battle. I think I would have lost my mind if I had to redo the final battle and go through every single one of those Zygarde cutscenes. It was fine. I think the story got good again with Az. R.I.P. bitch. I didn't play X and Y, so I always think Black and White is X and Y. Does that make sense? I don't have any emotional attachment to him, so I was like, that is sad. But I was already crying because I've been comparing it to Sailor Moon when I've been talking about it with my friends and like info dumping on my mom. I've been comparing it to Sailor Moon because all of the cutscenes, as annoying as they fucking were for the final battle like sequence, all of the cutscenes just reminded me that like love and friendship and teamwork literally can solve the problems of the world. And there's a lot of problems in the world right now in Pokemon, but like also in real fucking life. So I was already crying because every time you like finish a battle with the rogue Pokemon and then, you know, they show up again and you have to move on to the next stage, everybody's like, we got this, you go on. Like, it very much makes me think of the Queen Beryl arc from Sailor Moon, where they all fucking sacrifice themselves so that she can defeat the evil, and then all she fucking cares about is, like, bringing her friends back. To me, those two are the same, and I was already sobbing because of that. So then when Az was like, R.I.P. Az, I was like, oh my god, R.I.P. Az, and then I, like, went to the graveyard when I was playing yesterday, and I was like, damn, he really be gone, huh? Like, I don't have an emotional attachment to Az. I have spent very little time at the actual hotel. Like, I know there's, like, you can kind of go and just, like, basic dialogue options, but I really didn't spend a lot of time at the hotel. I've been spending a lot of time reading fan fiction about Pokemon ZA. Reader/Corbeau. I love that freaky little man. He's just a weird little guy, and he's so tiny. He's so short. The fact that he's the height of your player character. Is the player character supposed to be a teenager? Because I'm thinking like early 20s, and I think Corbeau is like 26 at the oldest. Bless him. I don't know how to say her name, but Lebane, first of all. First time I saw Lebane, I fucking paused my Switch, took a picture, cropped it so it was like decent quality, sent it to a friend and went, Mommy, sorry. Especially in the maid outfit, I was already obsessed with her. And then when she goes fucking ape shit and is like, I finally get to be unhinged, I want to eat her out. And then I don't know how to say the rich lady. The rich lady with a big bitch attitude and like cutesy little words. Lebane, move over. She can dom me and I would be okay with that. Canary is cute. Gwen is very cute. I'm obsessed with Gwen. I love that she's like the little ghosty baby. I was like, I'm waiting for a trainer card of her because I have a beautiful image in my head that I'm going to be collecting K-pop, amiibo, and Pokemon cards. And the first page of my Pokemon card collection is going to be ghost trainers, right? Right. Like ghost trainers, gym leaders, trial captains. That's what they were called in Sun and Moon. So I need a trainer card of her. I love her. I think she's the most precious thing in the world and I would like to kiss her, but her and Canary are girlfriends. So I can't interrupt that. Also, speaking of girlfriends, can I say something really controversial that I didn't think of until right now? I love to ship little fictional characters. I love to play with my Barbie dolls and make them kiss. I literally just thought of this. Is this groundbreaking or is this diabolical? Ivor and Naveen. Is that genius or is that diabolical? I don't know. I literally just thought of it because there's no way Naveen is a straight man. Love him so much. That man is not straight. So, I don't know about Lita. I feel like I don't have as much of a soft spot for Lita as I do for Naveen. And in the beginning, I was like, Naveen's kind of a cunt, but he gets really cute near the end. So, and then I don't know how I feel about Urbane. See, here's the thing. I have a friend that's been playing Pokemon, and she was playing it before me. She's restarted like 4 times. I don't know how she does it with that fucking tutorial. But she was like, when you play, you should play as a boy character. Don't worry, you can like dress him up later. But Tawny is better than Urbane. And I was like, okay, cool. I was playing, and I was like, yeah, Tawny's pretty cool. I like her. She's pretty neat. But I could not get through being he/himmed all the time. I couldn't do it. I like didn't even use my name. I used a different name that I like use in video games sometimes. And I like fully like dressed to the nines, pink, lavender, like eyelashes, full beat face. I was getting he/himmed and I wanted to jump off a cliff. In case you don't know, my pronouns are she, her, they, them. Not he/him. In any way, shape, or form. So being he/himmed every 5 seconds, I wanted to peel my skin off. I was like, I can't stand this. So I restarted and went through the tutorial again with Urbane. I think Urbane is fine. I don't have opinions on him really one way or the other. Like in like level of interest for the main cast, it's like Az, Urbane, Lita, Naveen. And then like all of the NPCs that you fight, basically. I don't really have like strong emotional attachments to them. Me saying that I was crying at the teams being like, you can do this, go on ahead, was all of the NPCs that like you battle, basically, that you do like the tournament with, and like all the gym leaders, essentially. I have more of emotional attachment to them than I do to the team MZ. I was going to say ZA. Team MZ. I don't have a lot of emotional attachment to them. Bless them, they're great, but I really don't. I'm sorry. But like I said, I have been reading Pokemon ZA fanfic. A lot of it is just Corbo and Reader, which is fine. But I have read a couple fanfics, and it makes me... I have, like, complicated feelings about Urbane in the fanfiction, because a lot of people write it as, like, he's kind of the love rival to Corbo. But most of the time, the reader is not at all interested in him and, like, thinks it's kind of like, oh, no, I didn't realize that you were into me, which I think is really funny. I also, because I was like, oh my god, fanfic idea, because every time I get a new interest, I have some kind of self-insert idea in my head. So I had one idea, but now I'm like, do I change it so that my OC and Urbane are actually brother and sister? Because... I'm sorry, I have my hair right now in the game is like pink, and I think it's light pink and lemon, I think is the yellow color, and the way it's like, the way I have the ombre in it. And like, my eyes are pink. I have the pink heart contacts. But standing next to Urbane for all of the fucking cutscenes for the final battle, I'm like, I know it's just the same face syndrome of Nintendo characters, but like, wow, they really do look like brother and sister. So part of me is like, fuck, are they brother and sister? Do I need to change my self-insert story to that? I kind of had a different idea. I would have to kind of like rework Urbane's story. I don't know. I also thought it was really funny that when Luxie started playing CA, that somebody's like, oh, as somebody in chat was like, oh, Urbane's kind of annoying. And she's like, I don't know, I don't mind that. I like this character. And then like later they like, one of the times you like have to meet up with Urbane, she's like, oh my god, there's my they them. I was like, yes, Urbane is my they them, and I love them so much. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to gush and kind of like give my thoughts about a couple things on Pokemon ZA, because I have been like I have so many notifications on my phone. I am not a person that leaves like notifications on email and text at all, ever. I usually am like very quick to read through, clear stuff. I'm bad at responding to things, but I usually clear my notifications. I have so many notifications right now because I genuinely have not been on my phone that much. I've been playing Pokemon. Background noise on, Pokemon, and I'm locked the fuck in. Honestly, I'm about to go set myself a timer and go do the same thing. I'm only going to give myself like an hour and a half because I have things I need to do. I need to edit this video. I need to respond to my friends that haven't heard from me in like a fucking week and a half. I need to put things away on my shelves. I need to give myself a cutoff time for Pokemon because I've been really into Pokemon. And then fucking Wind and Waves got announced. I'm waiting. I'm probably gonna, I mean, money-wise, yes, but I'm also gonna be waiting to hear about Wind and Waves because it looks like right now, with it being full open world from the trailer, it is going to be another Scarlet and Violet, and I need to know how poorly that game runs and what the complaints are from other people before I decide to lock in about a year and a half after it comes out, right? Right now, I will tell you, the gecko thing, cunty as fuck. I don't have high hopes for her evolutions. Pom Bomb, love him. I think he's the cutest fucking thing. I don't care about his evolutions because I'm a Litten fan and defender and a Sprigatito fan and defender. I don't think Sprigatito is the controversial one there, but Litten, fan and defender. What is the final evolution called? Incineroar. I love Incineroar. You're all just mean. Incineroar is fire. Literally. But I didn't even mean it that way. I was just being dumb. But I think my favorite right now is Brort. The fucking, literally the Angry Bird. I love Brort. And I probably will be investing in Brort because of Rowlet and Decidueye. That line is fucking cool. If I wasn't such a Litten defender, I would have picked Rowlet. I think, what was her name? Piplup? I think Piplup scared me in the beginning. I love Primarina. Don't get me fucking wrong. I love the Piplup line. Piplup? Poplio. That's her fucking name. Poplio. I'm usually always the water one. That's why Gold, Silver, and Crystal were hard for me because I love those three starters. Again, Crystal is my favorite game. That generation's probably my favorite generation. But I'm always the water chooser, quite honestly. Once in a great while, I will pick the grass starter. And then if I had played X and Y and had known about the fucking fox thing, I don't remember, Fennekin, is that its name? I would have picked Fennekin because Fennekin's the cutest fucking thing I've ever seen. And I love that she's like a cunty witch. Cunty fox witch. I love that with her little fucking stick wand. Love her. Anyway, I'll cut the video off here because it's about to be 25 minutes long and all I've done is ramble. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts on Pokemon ZA. I love it. And again, I think the new generation of Pokemon games you just need to not take seriously. You can't take them seriously the way you did the old games or they're not going to be enjoyable. But let me know your thoughts on Pokemon ZA and let me know which starter you're liking so far for Pokemon Wind and Waves. I'm going to go play Pokemon now. I'm only going to give myself like an hour and a half, but I'm going to go play Pokemon now. Why am I like, today I feel like I'm like this in the camera. Okay, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching again, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!